Hey guys, 16 months into having both the Tesla solar panels and a Powerwall, I'm going to walk you through what that experience has been like. It's 5 different sections I'm going to show you. Jump to whatever section you want. Number one, projections versus actual. Second thing is, what does the system produce every month and then also every day, both during the rainy season and the sunny season. Item three, how do the hourly generation vary based on times of the year and the seasons? Number four, how does the Tesla UI show you how your system is performing? And then the fifth thing is, what are my next steps? Let's get to it. A few things to call out before I get started. I have a 7.15 kilowatt system. That refers to the number of panels that I have. I live in Northern California. The time period is June 2018 for 16 months. We had those gigantic fires in July 2018. And I have one tall-ish neighboring building. So Tesla had projected I was going to produce 9,464 kilowatt hours from this system, which is a little bit more than normal. However, if you take a look at what actually happened, the system only produced 8,000 kilowatt hours on a rolling 12-month period. What that means is June 2018 for 12 months, July 2018, August, September. This is basically it's exactly what the thing had produced. Am I bummed? Absolutely not, even though I know a lot of people are overproducing. Because you take a look at the pros. We actually had a grid outage that you may have heard about, the PG&E shutting power down in California. It's not that funny. So I had power 24/7. I would not have even known there was an outage except for Comcast dropped instantly. And so we got up and all of a sudden realized there was nothing going on outside. We're still 40% cheaper over PG&E over a 20-year period. And finally, the Tesla app shows me the power consumption for my whole house, and it helped me focus the both energy reduction on a regular basis as well as during an outage. How can I really hack down on my consumption? I am going to produce another video on deep diving into those blackouts and how the system worked. Net, it worked great. There are some things I had to do though, and I don't want to get into that in this video. Here is Tesla's design proposal, and I zoomed in on one section here. So you see this is what you get, and so this is my actual house, and here's where the panels are, and you can count them up if you want to know how many panels I got, and that's my address that's blacked out. 7.15 kilowatts, 9,464 kilowatt hours usage offset. That means how much of my normal usage do they think I'm going to offset? So a little bit more than 100%, because I was going to get an electric car. I probably still will at some point. So looking at the monthly view, you'll see it's a perfect sine wave, just about, with some pretty big swings. June is 4.5 times more productive than January. Obviously, this is sunny season versus rainy and cloudy season, but that's a pretty big plummet. I did not expect that, and so what that really means is I can't sustain more than just a refrigerator in the November through February timeframe. Matter of fact, we can't even be opening up that refrigerator a lot during this time. The other thing is the 2018 versus 2019 consistency. Remember I mentioned those huge wildfires didn't actually impact us, the production. I was not expecting that. You take a look at July and August of last year versus July and August of this year, and it's almost identical. That really did surprise me. Let's look at this next page. Production by day, less than useful, but really what I want to call out here is if you look at the white gaps, that means the system didn't produce nearly as much, and so you will see a bunch of those throughout the year. I think these next few graphs are a little bit more interesting. First is during a very sunny month, this thing's almost a metronome in terms of how consistent the production is. One cloudy day, sure, but other than that, it works like a champ. You would expect nothing less, obviously. Get one rainy day, though, obviously, and it'll kill production. Again, no shocker here. This next chart, however, is the depressing one, the rainy season. So there are days where I may as well have not even had solar, right? And I think normally this isn't a big deal because people look at this on an annual basis and how much power the system produces then. I, however, look at it as in earthquake country, we may have a period of a week or two with no power. If it happens in January, my earthquake kit better be just the same as everybody else's earthquake kit and assume I get no power. Here's a chart that I think is cool, not terribly useful, but you see here how the seasons impact the production by hour. 4 different months that I picked, September, November, January, and June. Not every 3 months, because what I wanted to focus on was, Indian summer versus the beginning of rainy season versus hardcore rainy season versus it's just perfect weather around here. And you see, this is how my system produced, what the peaks look like when it dropped off. Obviously things like angle of the sun, etc., right? So you take a look at that, and then this, however, is what the system, it says kilowatt by hour. So this doesn't mean my system produced 4 kilowatts. It meant at that spot instant, it was producing 4 kilowatts. So to see what the daily production was on that date, you take a look over here where, well, you can read as well as I can about what it produced and how that changed. All right, a couple of screenshots to show you what the Tesla, either the mobile app or the web looks like. We could look at my live system, but there's a couple of scenarios that I wanted to show you. First of all, in this first one, the grid is up, meaning there's no line through it, and the house is running on batteries, so you'll see what it's draining there. In this case, the system was producing power like a champ, so it was both supplying all the house needs, and then whatever was left over, it pushed down to the battery. And then obviously there's several other combinations as well. If your battery's full, then the solar sends it back to the grid. If if the powerwall is dead, then everything comes right from the grid to the house. You can use your imagination there. But I think they did a pretty good job with this. Okay, so next steps. Shocker. I need to conserve more, especially given that underproduction situation. If you recall, with 102% offset estimated, I thought I was going to be getting a check back. Nope, I owed them $400. Just about a month and a half, 2 months worth of regular payments pre-solar. The thing is that Tesla whole house view of consumption isn't enough to really help. That's just what you're taking up at any given spot instance in time. Yeah, I don't think the lights are where this power is going to go. It's probably going to be a dishwasher, washer, dryer, God knows what else, right? Now, I could go get one of these kilowatts, which is a device you plug into the wall and you plug the devices into there. Actually, I did that for my fridge because I can get to the back of my fridge pretty easily, but my washer and dryer are in a custom designed enclosure, pain in the butt to pull out. So that's not really going to be terribly useful for me. There are things like this green eye monitoring system where these things have to be installed by an electrician because they need to go into the electric panel, but this is a circuit board, and you see each one of these things goes into, this is your electric panel with the cover removed, so each of these are the circuits that you turn on and off, right? This isn't mine, it's off of Google. What the electrician will do is he'll pull off the outer panel, pull the wires out of here, plug this transformer in here, run a wire all the way down into your green eye monitor, and then you can use their user interface, which is pretty decent. It tells you what you're consuming by circuit in total. And I think using that, that $1,000 will be money well spent, because then I can figure out where I can really truly conserve, which will really actually help during a power outage situation. That's the thing I'm most concerned about. Anyhow, I hope this helped. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know.